Hey, what's up, guys? So this is a video that I wanted to cover for a little while. Tim Dillon interviewed Whitney Webb, and Whitney Webb is a fantastic journalist. In my opinion, she is a national treasure. That's my opinion. Um, the video is a little bit long. I'm going to try not to interrupt a whole lot. I do have to interrupt a little bit so that I don't get a copyright strike. I'm going to leave the link in the description so you guys can check this out. You guys got to share. Look, if you don't want to share my videos, fine. But share this one. Share Tim Dillon's video. The one that I'm going to leave the link in the description. Because this is a fantastic interview and it's information that people really need to know about. Whitney Webb did a fantastic job with her investigative journalism. She got FOIA documents to show what the government is doing. Let's take a listen and check it out.
Do you think we ever get our rights back? Do you think that they're going to keep finding ways to take more and more rights? Under the guise of
So.
now public health. It was terrorism for many years. Now it'll be public health.
Yeah, well, it's another invisible enemy, isn't it? I mean, there were the terrorists, and after 9/11, and now we're allied. The U.S. government is like allied with Al Qaeda in Syria and Yemen, basically, like fighting on their behalf.
It's amazing.
And we gave up all these rights for that, and now we're openly supporting them. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
But in terms of coronavirus, some of the reporting I've done in recent weeks has really shown that a lot of the solutions for coronavirus that we're being told we need to, these systems, like these surveillance systems we need to implement, these were planned out last year, months ago.
Yeah.
For example, this coronavirus surveillance system, they were promoting this under a different name called Safe Home, under this agency they wanted to make called HARPA. It was Ivanka Trump promoting that. Now Jared Kushner's promoting this thing today in his new task force or whatever. But last year they were saying it needed to be done to stop mass shootings.
And what is this?
All right. I'm going to stop and make a point real quick. I'll try to make it fast because this is a long video. And like I said, I have to do it for copyright reasons. But as much as people like Trump, and I like Trump, his personality, I don't like a lot of things that he does. But you got to understand that Trump is involved with this. And if people would actually stand up and say, hey, Trump, we don't like this. We don't like what you're doing. That would be good. We got to stand together. Stand with your countrymen. Don't stand with politicians. They're all fucking liars.
Because they're seeking these solutions that they want to implement, and they're just tacking on whatever Americans are most afraid of.
What is the surveillance?
Shootings, now it's coronavirus.
What is the surveillance system, though? What are they trying to do? What are they going to try to do?
Well, they're basically trying to get Americans' private medical records in a giant database mixed with everything that's on your consumer smartphone, and use it to make sure you're not social distancing and all this stuff. But it's definitely more than that, and I'll tell you why. Because last October, Bill Barr, the Attorney General, created a pre-crime program that started this year. It's called DEEP, the Disruption and Early Engagement Program. He created it last year, saying that this was supposed to be to stop mass shootings. And it's pre-crime. Because the idea behind it is that you arrest someone who's mobilizing towards violence, and the way you do it is by looking at their health records and what they say on social media.
That's scary. Now, I'm going to tell you something. My personal opinion. It's my personal opinion. Mass shootings are carried out by CIA assets. That's my personal opinion. If it's still all right to have an opinion in this fucking country.
And that you arrest them before they can strike, right? That's pre-crime, and that is a slippery slope. And after coronavirus and all these lockdowns happens, Bill Barr's Department of Justice asked for the right to indefinitely detain Americans without trial. He hasn't gotten them yet, but he might. And to think that this whole surveillance dragnet is...
Obama already did that with the NDAA. He already did that, so...
Maybe pushing through. It's crazy. I have another report coming out next week about this little-known U.S. government body called the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence. It's chaired by Eric Schmidt, formerly the head of Alphabet, Google's parent company, and is full of all these like CIA guys, Pentagon guys, and basically what they say in this document that just came out last year that no one's reporting on, which is insane. They basically say in order for the U.S. as for national security purposes, we have to maintain a technological advantage over China in artificial intelligence. And the way to do that is to remake American society so that we adopt a Chinese-style like surveillance state, but worse than what China has.
All right, that's the point that I want everyone to take away from this video. Everything that's happening with this nonsense about social distancing and wearing masks. Oh, look, the science doesn't show that there's reason for that. And Dr. Shiva, being the pit bull that he is, has actually got Dr. Fauci to agree to debate him on July 29th at high noon. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. So they're going to debate whether or not social distancing and wearing face masks has any impact. Just so you guys know, I've been doing these videos on my smartphone here, but I ordered a laptop and it's coming in the mail tomorrow, so hopefully that will make the videos better. We will see. I don't know yet.
Wow.
That's basically what he said.
And where is
scandalous?
Where is this coming out of again?
I'll send it to you. It came out as a Freedom of Information Act request. Just like a couple days ago, no one's covered it, and it is just the most scandalous document.
And
it's insane.
And they're saying,
and it totally is the opposite of the rhetoric we're hearing about, all the social credit score and China's abusing human.
I'm going to leave a link in the description for the article that Whitney wrote that has the FOIA document attached. If you're unaware of what a FOIA document is, it's a freedom of information document that is a right that we have in the United States that they don't have in countries like China and Russia and North Korea, where American citizens can request to get documents from the government to know what they're doing. We have that right. We need to preserve that right. Government will never stop growing their power. They will always seek to increase their power. And the only thing that will ever stop them from increasing power is the will of the people, standing together, united, of all races. And they will always try to divide us by race, because if we stand together, despite what we look like, what our religions are, what our different political differences are, if we stand together against tyranny for freedom, they can never stop us. And that is the goal that we all need to set towards. We need to set towards the goal of freedom.
Right. They are literally saying we have to do that here, or we will not be able to set international norms and not be able to control the market of the fourth industrial revolution that AI is going to create and all this stuff. Right? And they're basically saying we have to eliminate individual car ownership, we have to eliminate cash and credit cards. You can't even see, they call all these things legacy systems.
Wow.
It's basically the American way of no more in-person shopping. You have to do it online.
And this is so fucking nuts, because this is nuts. What I was talking about. And these are people that are saying in order to beat China, we have to become China.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying China is going to leapfrog us and go miles ahead in adoption of these technologies unless we do what they're doing and we do it faster. And we have to leapfrog them, basically.
And
they're basically using... Yeah.
If you take anything away from this video, take that away.
Pandemic to do that, to remake society. They're doing this controlled demolition of the economy, and they're not going to reopen it up until they remake everything, I think.
Wow.
Based on the stuff.
This is very disturbing. So they want to get rid of a lot of these legacy systems.
That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Like going to a store in person and buying stuff, legacy system.
Wow.
Yeah, owning your own car, legacy system.
Wow.
Using cash or a credit card, legacy system.
So now what are you going to use?
They want it to be all smartphone-based payments, like they do in India now, because India, like a year or two ago, like eliminated almost all currency in circulation, and no one there has credit cards, so they all had to adopt this like mobile wallet, like digital wallet, which is really similar to the stuff they put out in that coronavirus relief bill, the digital dollar and all this stuff that they were like sort of putting in there.
Yeah, what was in that relief bill? What was in that bill? What are they doing? What are they building in there? What are they doing in that bill?
Well, I haven't read it all. It's apparently like several thousand pages.
Yeah.
But considering at the time they passed it, after the crisis was like, exploding, they had that prepared well in advance.
Right.
Those type of bills, just like the Patriot Act, they don't write them like in a couple days and say, here, sign. I mean, right on 9/11, the Patriot Act was ready to go. And I think this bill is the same.
The Patriot Act needs to be repealed. And the only way that bill will ever be repealed, if the people stand together, unite, and demand it. And they will try to tear us apart in any way that they can. But we need a revolution in this country. And our founding principle needs to be the Constitution of the United States of America. We need to stand on that document all across this land. All across this land, all people. All people.
And like I said, all these people last year were like making these plans, and they were simulating pandemics too. Crimson Contagion, that was a 19 federal agency, 12 states, a bunch of private companies gaming out a pandemic in the US 4 times last year from January to August. And they had one day on the last exercise, or the last simulation, which was like lasted 4 days, the entire 3rd day was the Secretary of the Treasury and Finance, and I think that's where that bill came from.
So they want everything like China on your smartphone. They want everything, they want everything basically.
Yeah, they don't even want people to have laptops. They want it all on the phone.
Why?
Everything on the phone.
Why not laptops? Are they harder to trace, or nobody knows?
I guess they just want everyone's life on the phone. That's pretty much where it's going. They're like, phase all this stuff out and make it all the phone.
All the phones.
It's crazy. I will send you this. So you can see I'm not making this
I don't
up.
believe you're making.
This young lady, she can prove everything that she's saying. We hear accusations from the United States towards China, North Korea. They say that they have state-run media. I hate to break it to you. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but we have state-run media in the United States. Mainstream media works for the CIA. That's what I believe. You take it like it is. They kicked Alice Jones off of YouTube and fucking everywhere because he said shit like what I'm saying. Well, I got a little small channel. I'm going to say the nutty shit that he did until they kick me off. So, you guys like, share, subscribe. Fucking let people know you got a little more, maybe not so crazy fucking Alex Jones here doing fucking videos.
Yeah, all the stuff like mass surveillance is awesome. It's a killer way to train artificial intelligence. They say it's awesome that in China people are using the police use voice recognition technology to arrest people before they commit crimes.
Yeah.
Like,
oh boy. Before they commit crimes.
And this commission is supposed to give the recommendations to the government about how, from this national security point of view, how to maintain an advantage over China, and this is what they're saying. And someone had to do this Freedom of Information Act request to get it, and this is like the only document produced by that body they got. And like I said, this is headed by the ex-Google guy, Eric Schmidt, but it has like 2 different, like the first CEO of In-Q-Tel, the CIA's venture capital arm, right?
Yeah.
It has the current CEO of In-Q-Tel. It has the former deputy director of national intelligence. I mean, it spooks, and it's Amazon. it's Microsoft, Google, it's Oracle. Oracle, by the way, is involved in the coronavirus response right now, like reopening the economy with Trump. I mean, all of these same players that are on this commission are also involved in this reopening the economy business. And what do you think they're going to do? Probably what they were saying in private last year. You know what I mean?
So this is really terrifying. This is like ending freedom, what little freedoms we have left, getting rid of them. Now, why no private ownership of vehicles? What is behind that?
Before she gets into that, can I ask, do you feel like they're ending freedom? Because that's what I see.
The climate related, they just don't
No. They want autonomous self-driving fleets of like ride-sharing cars. They say that like things like Uber and all this stuff, that's where this has to go. That individual car ownership is like dangerous, and that it needs to be fleet ownership. It's more efficient, and all this stuff. I mean, that's basically what they have. And they say if we don't do it, then China will be better at it than us. And then they'll export it to other countries, and our giant Silicon Valley tech companies will lose money and all this stuff. I mean, that's how they think.
If we don't put a chip in your arm, China's gonna put chips in everybody's arm, and they're gonna make the money.
Exactly the mentality.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about home ownership? Is there anything in the document about that?
They didn't talk about home ownership. Okay. No, not specifically. It's redacted. They didn't include all the slides.
So there's a lot in that. There's a lot in that document that they left out.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're redacted.
And there's obviously more documents. They've had tons of meetings and briefings and all this stuff, and this is the only thing they put out.
Yeah, one little document trickled out. And these are all the guy from Google. So and this is what I was talking to Joe about. This is what I was saying. A lot of these people have pretty fucking scary ideas that are hidden from public view. And by the time you know what they are, they've already been foisted on you, and you know you can't get away from them. Wow.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy at work today about this very same thing here, and most people are like I used to be, whereas they want to believe that we live in this big happy world. Man, I'd like to fucking believe that. I'd like to go back to being able to believe that, but I can't anymore. And the simple fact is that the people in government and the people in media are fucking evil people. They're terrible people. They're awful people. And when we grow up, when we're kids, we want to see the world as this beautiful place. And it's hard to tear away from that idea. It just isn't the way that it is. It just isn't. We wish that it would be. But the simple fact is that greedy, power crazy people will always seek positions of power. And the only thing that will ever bring justice, that will ever bring morality, is the will of the people. And you have to understand that you who are watching this video are very powerful. The individuals, Tim Dillon and Whitney Webb, that are doing what they're doing here are powerful individuals, but only if we stand together. The power of government is that they are united, and we are not. We stand against each other. Government, police, they stand together despite their race, religion, and all those sorts of things. And we stand divided, and we do not stand a chance. If we unite, you look at the George Floyd protests, you look at what was done when people got together. We can do anything. We can end this.
It's important to bring this out. I will send this over. I mean, hopefully you won't share it before my report's up. So
No. We'll wait. You do your thing. This will come out Sunday in 2 days, and then people will listen to us talk about it. Everybody will read your article. I mean, all of this is mind blowing. All of it is crazy. You know,
But I really feel like they're using the lockdown to do a bunch of stuff they normally couldn't get away with, and I think that's why this ruling about Epstein and the sweetheart deal happened now too.
right.
Right? Ghislaine Maxwell, Wexner, what are people going to do? And then the corporate relief, the relief bill or whatever, was a 4 times bigger bailout for Wall Street in 2008. And after the 2008 bailouts, there was Occupy.
Speaking of Epstein, you guys let me know in the comments. I met Epstein. I was chained to him in 2008 when we left the courthouse in Palm Beach. I had a little short conversation with him on the way to the jail. If you guys want to know about that, I'll do a video about it. Just let me know in the comments. I'll do a video. I mean, it won't be anything fantastic, but I'll do a little short video about it.
Street, there were protests, but everyone's
Right.
on lockdown. What are they going to do?
Right. The yellow vest
They
protests in
their
France.
$1,200 check.
The yellow vests in
You
France
can
are
live
done.
off them for 10 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that happened in France.
Yeah, that's done.
All government.
The Hong Kong protests are done. Right.
It happened in a lot of, actually, a lot of the first countries to do the lockdowns actually all had protest movements going on. So France had the yellow vest. Spain had the separatists in Catalonia. Chile, where I live, had a lot of protests that began last October that were trying to get the current president of Chile to resign. Those went away. And the president of Chile, Sebastián Piñera, he declared constitution, like suspended the constitution for 90 days and declared a lockdown before there was a single death in Chile. He was like, bam, let's go. Mm-hmm.
They suspended the Constitution of the United States. The only reason that we're losing our freedoms in the United States of America is because Americans will not stand up for freedom. The only reason that we have freedom in the United States of America is because brave men stood on the battlefield and won it. If you want to keep it, you got to stand up for it. Thomas Jefferson said, "The tree of liberty must be replenished from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants." It's natural manure. Again, I apologize about the interruptions, guys. I got a laptop. Will be in the mail tomorrow, and hopefully that's going to make the video quality better. Appreciate you guys watching and dealing with my low technology YouTube videos.
Time frame with any of these things that they want to do in that document that trickled out, or we don't know?
It doesn't give a time frame, but considering that, they're like, we gotta act now or China will, take it over. It just really shows that all this rhetoric about like China bad, America good, that's not what they really think. What they really think is like, we like the Chinese model, but it needs to be us doing it. And we need to be the people exporting it, and then we'll be the global hegemony forever.
Yeah.
But if we don't do it, we will be China.
And people are going to be led into the slaughterhouse because we've created this fake us versus China. And we're going to become China, supposedly in order to beat China. Great.
Yeah.
Well, not great, but you know what it is.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's just the most illogical thing ever, and that's why I think it's so important, because then people will see like the lie in the rhetoric,
Yeah.
People saying, oh, China's a huge threat to human rights, and they're hostile, and they're going to expand.
Everybody's got a part to play. Everybody's got a role to play. These people's part, is to inform you what's going on. My part is to lead you into a revolution and stand with you. We need a revolution in this country. Let me know in the comments what you think about a revolution in this country. And then we need one.
Well,
Which I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're not doing anything great over China in terms of human rights.
no.
But
I'm not rooting for that. I'm just saying, like, the U.S. is being super hypocritical publicly.
yeah.
They're doing like what Clinton said. I have a public and a private position. I mean, all of these people.
Yeah, it's very true.
All right. Apparently that's the end of the video. So I'll go ahead and try to wrap it up sort of quickly if I can. Appreciate you guys watching. If you watched this long, I've been wanting to do this video for a little while. I would like to do a lot more videos than what I'm able to do, but I just don't have the time. So I do what I can. Anyway, you guys love your country, not your government. Stand with your countrymen. Anarchy is freedom.